Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're gonna be cutting a bunch of wood. So we have wood for burning, and basically we have this big wood pile that we have, which we're gonna cut all the wood into chunks, take them back to the shed, and yeah. Here you can tell that the chain is very dull from how long it's taking to cut these logs, and so you gotta make sure that the chain is sharp so that it doesn't take as long, and it's just a lot nicer having a sharp chain. So now here, what you can do is you can take one of these, put this on top, and now you can just cut. So the chainsaw that I have now, it's got a sharper chain, which is going to make cutting wood a lot faster and easier, which you can see now compared to when I was cutting before. And a tip for when you're cutting logs into sections is you kind of want to move the chainsaw in the motion of a seesaw, because some people just think you get a better feel for, like, you can basically just control how fast you're cutting through the wood, and generally it's a lot faster because you're not cutting through the whole thing at once. You're just cutting through like a small bit at the front and then a small bit at the back, and you just keep repeating that. Here you can really see the amount of wood we have to cut and all that stuff. So we're just gonna do as much as possible today, and whatever we don't finish we'll just save for another video. So now that we have a decent amount of wood cut into rounds, we're gonna chop it into quarters, and eventually we're gonna stack it and put it away for storage.
Okay. So when you're splitting wood, there's a few things that are really important. So first, when you're splitting, you gotta have your feet like about shoulder width apart. So if you swing and miss, it kind of goes through the middle of your legs. And then when you're going to chop, you want to hit the wood as close to the center as possible. So how you do that is you basically go with your arm basically full extended, and you kind of like gauge how far you have to be away from the log. So when you swing, you're not just completely missing the wood. It's pretty windy now. And then when you're just holding the axe, you want to hold it kind of like far apart, and then when you go to swing, you want to bring that hand that's closer up to the head of the you want to take the hand that's closer to the head down to your bottom hand to get as much power as possible. So then when you swing, forget about it. So then when you go to swing, you go and then, so see how that's like basically in the wood and there's a crack starting to form. So that is your first hit. Then your second hit, you want to get as close to that crack as possible so you don't get something kind of like this where it's just this random piece of wood there. So then, a simple way to take the axe out of the piece of wood, there's kind of two ways. You can either hit this down, or my personal favorite way, you kind of have the log on its side, you step on the back, and kind of just push away. Okay. So now, for your second hit, you either want to go on the closer edge or the further edge to kind of split the log as good as possible. See, so that hit was up here. So that actually split the log, and then since these halves are too big, you're just gonna cut into quarters the same way, and the quarters are a lot easier to split because there's a lot less wood that you're trying to cut in half. And yeah, you got 4 nice sized pieces of wood. And yeah, that's basically it. So far we've split a decent amount of wood.
There you go.
Wait.
Yeah. And you gotta
You
put
missed.
your hands together faster. Yeah, now. Except see,
Again, you missed.
you're bringing it back too far. You've got to go like this.
Yep. We've made a decent amount of progress so far.
Where did Nico go?
I don't know.
He disappeared. Oh, he went on your dirt bike, right? He went to get a drink.
Oh yeah.
He's probably going to come back with water for all of us,
Yeah.
knowing him. We're going to build a little pile with the branches here, and once the burn ban is over, we're going to burn it right here.
Well, hopefully those clowns will. Well, I call them the. You ever see the movie The Apple Dumpling Gang
Yeah.
from Walt Disney? Well, that's what I call them, the Apple Dumpling Gang. The ones who don't want to work. Don't worry, Mark will be on his ass all the time. He will put that shit on Facebook, and then that'll really do it.
What's Facebook? We're of that generation.
Well, you are. I'm not.
What year were you born?
53.
53. I was 69. Wow.
Yeah, you're the Woodstock Festival, baby.
Yeah. After I was born, they put people on the moon, and then they had a great big party.
There you go. I don't know exactly when the Korean War was over, but it was in the 50s, so I could be during the Korean War, baby.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yep. My sisters, like your mom, were, and your father were, well, not too much your father because he was a little older.
Yeah, he was
But
born in
your
37.
mom, they were all World War II babies.
Yep. My mother was 1942.
Yep.
That's a lot of wood.
My older
Yep.
sister just
It's
turned
done
85
already.
yesterday.
Really?
She was 1940.
Wow.
And the middle one that passed away, she's 41. And then your mom is 42.
Wow.
Your mom was better to me than my two sisters were. I said, why couldn't you be my sister? She says, because it doesn't work that way. I said, okay.
Shoot, it is raining.
Yeah.
It is. Just
I
a
gotta
little
get
bit.
this equipment out here. All right, Danny, we'll see you a little later.
Okay, here, take this. Don't leave this out here. You get that. Yeah, here, you get that and I'll get this. Yeah, don't leave that so it gets rusted.
Yeah.
Okay?
You got a
We're
whole.
gonna make 2 trips. Why don't you guys go down and start unloading that by the shed over there?
Yup. Oh yeah. Oh, one of the things fell.
We'll pick it up tomorrow.
No.
I just saw you missed a phone call in the messages. So
Okay. Come on.
where?
We gotta put this stuff in a pile.
Okay, then.
Oh, that bug. Stop!
Stop! Ow! No,
they go here?
Not yet.
Yes.
Not a piece of wood in my shit.
Stop! Ow!
Oh, the sap.
Over here?
I can.
To here?
I can.
Do it then.
I can and I will. Well, there goes the lawn.
What happened?
It's all messed up.
There he goes.
The short ones will put on top.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
mean, if you can.
Okay.
You want me to go with you?
Sure. And yeah, we're just gonna finish cleaning everything up, and that's gonna be episode 1 of the project. See you guys in the next episode.